Page 84, New River Train. It's a fun little piece. Let's look it over. We're using the primary chords in the key of G major. This time we get them in the right hand as well as the left. Treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. We're still in the key of G major. 4/4 time signature, so it's 4 chords. Okay, you see all that. There's one little thing about some music I want to point out here. Don't have to, but I'm in the mood, so I will. When you're determining what key a piece is in, you look at the key signature, but you gotta look elsewhere also. You can't just rely on a key signature because there's more than one key with the same key signature. Are you surprised about that? I mean, that's music. What do you expect? So a lot of times a piece will end on its one chord. So you look at the end of the piece to see what the chord is, or maybe the last couple measures or so, see what that is. And there you can probably usually figure out the key signature. Well, here, if you look at the last measure, I mean, the half notes you got here, well, that's fine. That's a G chord. I mean, these notes are in a G chord. The B is here. So you have to consider all the chords in both hands here, all the notes. That's a G chord, but then the last chord is here. Well, that's not a G chord. It's actually a G7 chord. So sometimes a piece will not end on its one chord yet. That's why you got to look at before that. What's going on before that? And we see that it's G. It's G major. Talk more about that when we have examples of it. Now, let's take each hand one at a time, make sure we know what's going on. You have the primary chords in the right hand. The 1 chord and the 4 chord. But the fingering, I like this fingering. This is good. You're starting out with 1, 2, 4. You're actually in this position. Here, and you're going from here to here. And when you get this kind of pattern, when you're going back and forth in the right hand like this, that's a good fingering. Yes, all right. Don't be trying to do 1, 3, 5 on all these. That's a poor fingering. I don't recommend it. It's a beginner's fingering. Just so it's here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I guess this is supposed to be the whistle, the horn, or whistle. I don't know what it is. And then you're staying there. 1 and 2 and measure 5. 1 and 2 and 3. Now this is an okay fingering if it's slow enough, but this is a lively piece. This moves, and I don't want to go. So I adjust the fingering so I don't have to use the same finger all the time. So what I'm going to do is, rather than 4, I'm going to reach up and use 3, and I'm going to do 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. And then 5 on the E. I can scratch up and use 3. So it's a 3, 1, 3, 1, 5. This way I can stay relaxed, because I can do this and stay relaxed where one finger, So do it slowly. It's a little awkward at first, but it really will pay off if you can get it. So just reach up, 3, 3, and then 5. And do it again on measure 7. And then measure 8, the 8th note, scrunch up a little bit, 3rd finger. You see we changed hand positions right there. Now 2. So we're in this position now. And there's only 2 8 notes. You can use the same finger. Cross over. And then you're back to the chords. And the last 2 measures, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Got a little syncopation in there. And if that throws you, then take out the tie and play all those notes. That's what it is. But you put the tie, you're just hanging on to the note. And then come down, and it's an F natural. Here. And they did that on purpose too. Left hand. Now, left hand, this is a typical boogie-woogie pattern, but I guess this is the wheels of the train. It's here, and then it's natural. See, they need the natural sign because otherwise that sharp goes for the rest of the measure. So it's here. Yeah, and you're just using 1, 2. 2 can do both of those because you got, otherwise I'd use 3rd finger. But 2's good, you can do that. For the most part, that's what the left hand is doing. I mean, I measure 9, you measure 10, you got the 4 chord. And at the bottom, measure 14 is, and then hit the rhythm with the right hand. And then the 1 chord, and then the G has an 8V8 under it, so you go down an octave. If you have a short keyboard, just play the lowest G you have. It's okay. Put the hands together. So we're here to start, and then here. Okay, not too bad. Let's go to pick up to measure 5. It's the last note on the second line. It's here, and then lift up in the left hand. It's a rest. Get the idea. Let's go over to page 85 at the bottom. It's the last line, measure 14. You're here. 1 and 2, and hold the left hands down a half note. And then together, and then here. So again, the last 2 measures. 1 and 2. See, I played the first one with 1, 2, 4 because I just came off of this to here. And then 5. That's okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You didn't have to. You could play that with a 4. Then come down if you're there, if you want. Whichever. Pick one. And then both hands are moving. Oh, this is fun. Let's work that out. When both hands start moving around, things get interesting. Ha. We're here. The right hand's got to come to here. The left hand's got to come to here. At the same time. They're moving the same direction, but different distances. What do you do there? Well, here, if you can move one hand before the other, it helps. Get here and here. Whichever hand first, I don't care. In this case, we're going to take advantage of the pedal to help us out. So we can play this more like a quarter note, and that gives us 1 beat to get back down here in position. So we'll let the pedal carry it out. We have to do that sometimes. So we'll let the pedal do it. So play the first one, that last measure. Play that first one more like a quarter note, quarter rest, and during the rest, come down here. Yeah, that's what I'm recommending. Articulation, well, flex at the wrist for the staccatos, and they're short. You can connect this if you want, or you can disconnect. Because I'm going to connect the left hand. Okay, and then I'll measure 14 again. Accent. Ba-bum. Remember on syncopated notes, we would accent them. I mean, you don't even need an accent sign. You should do it anyway as part of interpreting it. But we're playing that note sooner than we expect, because we expect this. That would be normal, but we're playing it quick. So we accent it. Here. Yeah. And then a fermato on the last one, so you can enjoy this noise some more and have fun with that. Dynamics, I go to the right hand. This melody is soft. This needs to stay in the background. Now you get a crescendo on the second measure, and you get forte in the fourth measure. So we're going to go up to loud, but we're going to take a couple measures to do it. So in the second measure, you're soft. You go up a little bit, a little more, loud. Don't get loud until that fourth measure. So soft, loud. See, the train's coming, I guess. I don't know. And then pick up to measure 5. You're moderately loud here. The left hand's soft. On measure 9 and 10, you get the hairpin to go up to loud. I recommend, since there's not a lot of difference between moderately loud and loud, because you're moderately loud, I recommend you come down to about a moderately soft, so you got more room. So at measure 9, come down. It's like the 2/8 notes in measure 8. You can decrescendo, diminuent, so soft, and then every couple of notes or so you get a little louder and louder. So you plan it out. So it's and you're loud here at the end. Last two measures, there's a retardando to slow down. And the accent in note's going to be a very loud note because you're already loud. And the accent takes it up. Okay. Speed. Well, how fast do you want your train to go? That's basically it. It's a happy piece, but it has to be accurate. So don't go faster than accurate. You run it off the tracks or something. I don't know. To me, find the hardest part wherever it is in here. How fast can you do that accurately? And that's it. So measure 5, and that would be your train speed. I missed it before in the articulation on measure 4 in the left hand. You have an accent for that last one, so it's just a little louder. You're in the background in the left hand, so that accent just brings it up a little bit from where it's at. It still never reaches what the right hand is doing, because that's the right hand's what we want to hear. But you can give it a little accent. Now they've added pedal. You can do it all fine without pedal, but they've added it. And we could certainly use the pedal's help in the last measure. So let's talk pedal. I'm going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. And I'm going to change it there on between measures 9 and 10. I'll change it after I play the chord, so it overlaps them. And then as I play the note in measure 11, I lift the pedal up. Or shortly after I play it, somewhere in there I lift the pedal. So in measure 9, notes first and then the pedal. Change it after I play the notes. And after I play the note, I'll lift it up. Right there. Or as I play the note. Okay. In the last measure, I play the notes and the pedal. And now I can see this is where I can lift up and move down here. I got time because the pedal's helping me out. And then you lift the pedal in the hands at the same time after you're finished hearing it, because it's a fermata, you gotta listen to it. And that's the pedal. Don't use pedal anywhere else. If you would like, we can add pedal just a little bit here at the end. And next to the last measure, we're here. Here, you can pedal that chord. Push it down right after you play the chord. Here. Now, don't pedal the eighth notes. We want to hear the silence between them. But on the second one, you can pedal here. And then change the pedal after you play it. Here. That connects it all. I think that's a much nicer feeling. So the last two measures is here, in my opinion, it gives a better sound. You have to listen carefully to the sound and the effect the pedal is having and adjust the pedal as you see fit. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'll do the staccatos and stuff. And I'm going to do the pedaling like I suggested. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready and go, and